All right, here's the 2005 kx125. Finally got it all finished. Took me quite some time just to, it was on the back burner for a while, and I had to replace some parts. I got it running and then had to go and diagnose like a real tricky issue, tricky for me. Actually needed a new CDI box. The original one was cracked and it would not, it would shut off as soon as you hit the power band. Bike would shut off, but as soon as you came to a stop and the engine died, you were able to start it right back up. So that's fixed now. And if you watch the previous videos, you can see all of the work that was done to it. I started zinc plating kind of in the middle of this project. So, I have some miscellaneous things here. This rear sprocket is in really good shape. I actually repainted it and then, plated like the nuts and bolts while I was at it. This rear wheel is all vapor blasted, same with the swing arm. And then this frame was in really good shape. It had frame guards here before. So the paint was pretty good over here down. And then from here up, it had some scratches. So I actually just kind of sanded it by hand and painted over, as you can see in the previous video. And then I have the paint blends, somewhere behind the shroud and up here. But even so, you cannot tell where it's blended. I got got a new dent removal tool and started, removing some dents on this pipe. So they look a little bit better, not 100% for sure. But yeah, this has been sitting for quite some time, just doing little pieces here and there. Got some new grips on here. It took me forever to bleed the front brakes, but now it's pretty firm. Actually, when I was bleeding the front brakes, it was taking forever. The first round, the master cylinder needed a rebuild. It was not building pressure at all. So I rebuilt that and then I probably bled them for like an hour. But yeah, anyway, I got a new chain on it. Just, the chain sprockets were in pretty good shape, but I just didn't want to let this thing go with that, kind of rusty looking chain that was on there. It just, when you go do everything like this on a build, every little piece that you didn't touch sticks out like a sore thumb. So you have to just go ahead and touch on all that stuff. But yeah, this motor, this has the original bottom end and crank, and it was very low hours. I know from, I bought it from my friend, so I kind of know all the history on it. He got it when it was basically very close to new. I know how much he rode it and how hard he rode it. Maybe I'll edit some photos in here or something of him riding. I think it'd be pretty funny. I'll show some pictures of him riding maybe, and racing this bike. All right, so I couldn't resist. Here he is, number 259. That is the bike that I restored, and gonna watch him after he takes off. Unfortunately, all the clips that I have are sent from my friend are of him not really doing too well, as you can see. All right, this clip is Pleasure Valley, I'm pretty sure. There he is in the last over there.
Did you get that? That was sick.
Here you can see it still has the original graphics. And then watch this part. Here's Raceway Park. It was filmed vertical, so it's cut off. And this last clip is, I'm actually wearing the GoPro, and I think he messed up, so I was lapping him here. And he had those graphics at that time. But yeah, I got the OEM decals on here just to kind of finish it off. Again, this is the original seat and seat cover, so you can tell this is in pretty good shape. It's no rips or anything. It's not mangled. It's not folded in from the knee braces, so you can tell. And again, that's original. So pretty low hour on the bottom end. Has a brand new, before me, he bought a brand new cylinder from Kawasaki and piston. So this top end is still good to go. Probably only has about 5 hours on it, so there was no point to rebuild that. I did have to do a rebuild on the carb. Again, I was trying to diagnose what the issue was actually the computer. So, or a CDI box, whatever you want to call it on these two strokes. And I was thinking it was the float height was maybe set too low, because as soon as you got on the power band, it would just shut off and it would not revive itself. Let's say we're rolling in third gear and it's like you're holding a kill switch down. As soon as you hit the power band, it would just shut off and would not want to start going again until you came to a complete stop and the motor shut off completely. It would kickstart first kick every time. So I knew a complex issue like that has something to do with probably the most complex piece, I guess, the CDI box. And got a new one on eBay, not new, used, and plugged it in, and that fixed it right away. So let's see, got all topped off with coolant. Let me make sure that it's topped off with coolant. You know, that's one thing that I'll, you know, go past or kind of forget. No, you know what? I remember I put coolant in there. I didn't forget this time. Let's see. Do we have oil in the transmission? These pegs I actually zinc plated these. Black zinc. As much as scrape the pole here. Yeah, so this isn't paint over here. This is black zinc. And then I think I probably replated these in here. This is replated as well. This was just lightly vapor blasted, that yellow. Let's see. Some new zinc plating on this rear axle. Looks a lot shinier than when they're new. When they're new, they don't really, they have kind of like a weird flat finish or something like that. This rear wheel was just, you know, vapor blasted. Rode it around the property just to test it. Got a little dirt on it. But yeah, I guess I'll start it up. It's all fixed now, finally. I had that CDI box. I was real worried about that being the fix, and fortunately it was. So let me just set this phone up here. Should start pretty easily. All right. Already got some dirt in there. So it should kind of idle a little bit. All right, so again, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but this bike is going to go up for sale. I don't know by the time you're seeing this video if it'll still be available, but I'll post it on Facebook Marketplace. And maybe get on to the next project. I still have my, and the reason I'm selling it is because I have this one over here, which I just like a lot more because of the style and the year. This has got some good hours on it since the restoration. This is actually the first bike I restored. So I learned a lot since then, but still holding up pretty good. But yeah, this is, they're like the same power. Feel very similar. Suspension's basically the same. And this one actually just has a little more of a dip in the seat, closer to the foot pegs. So this has real low bars. I mean, this one might feel a little more comfortable sitting on it, but just doesn't look as cool to me as the old stuff. And I guess that's it. So maybe I'll, like I said, maybe I'll try to put some pictures or videos of my friend Kyle riding this bike or racing it. Actually, some videos that my friend sent me. I didn't take the videos, but I think they're pretty funny. And maybe I'll try to show some more pictures of it before, even though you can check out my last YouTube video on this. I think I have 2 parts of this restoration. Didn't take many before photos or videos. Just kind of, you know, did it as I went along, knowing that this was going to just be kind of like a flip. So, all right. Thanks for watching.